AI SLOP made in Canada.
Colleagues, we're pleased to launch Canada's new AI for All strategy.
Carney announced Canada's brand new AI strategy. Spoiler alert, it is a half-baked dog shit plan that will funnel Canadians' resources to American and Israeli tech companies, while failing to protect Canadians, their data, and privacy. The AI for All strategy. You can already tell the plan is dog shit by who's celebrating it. It's AI companies and their lobbyists.
Your institute will see some benefits from the strategy in a variety of different ways.
On a personal note, but also representing the community at Mila, we feel like the Canadian effort really did a good job. Is this a good, robust, holistic starting point? Absolutely.
AI corporate interests want to ram data centers and the use of AI before we as a society can collectively assess, understand, and legislate it. Here's Canada's AI Minister, Evan Solomon, Member of Parliament for Toronto Centre. He's the guy responsible for the AI strategy.
That's exactly what our national strategy AI for All is all about. AI that serves Canadians, not the other way around.
Here he is in January 2026, collaborating with the Israeli ambassador on AI and technology, looking to integrate Israel's AI and technology into the Canadian government and broader society. Insane. Israel's tech and AI are used and trained on Palestinians throughout their apartheid occupation and ongoing and here's the AI minister cheesing to collaborate with the genocidal apartheid state Israel, collaborating with him. Their words, not mine. Just like most Liberal MPs, Evan Solomon does not use to describe Israel's actions against Palestinians, despite the overwhelming consensus by every expert on the planet. Evan Solomon is a denying fascist collaborator. Disgusting. I'm going to start by covering what the document does not cover. The AI strategy document does not address the concern of local communities impacted by data centers. It does not address the concerns of artists who feel that they are being stolen from. The strategy does not address unnecessary generative AI slop that has little societal value and extremely high costs to the environment. The strategy also barely mentions any regulations of AI. AI needs to be regulated to ensure its safe development and use for the future. Anyone who's saying otherwise is either an idiot or they financially benefit from deregulation of AI. It broadly says, let's just let the AI companies do what they want. They're gonna self-regulate, and then the free market will sort everything kinda out. What a joke. No, they'll do the same as all other private corporations. They will try and maximize their profits, offloading the externalities to the public, like in the form of polluting AI data centers. The strategy claims that it will create
over 90,000 AI-related job opportunities for young Canadians.
Up to 90,000 AI jobs. Two problems with that. First, up to means somewhere between 0 and 90,000. Second problem, bigger problem, Carney's AI strategy completely ignores the displacement of the existing labor by AI, which is one of society's greatest generational questions, and it just goes unaddressed in this AI strategy.
And we will build in solidarity with Canadian workers, unions.
The Canadian government is talking about AI strategy without discussing the labor displacement, the thousands, hundreds of thousands of Canadians who will lose their jobs. Hello? If you like this video and want to hear more of my commentary, please like and subscribe to my channel. Here's what the AI strategy does cover. It outlines collaborating on AI with Canada's allies.
Where we can't build, we'll partner with like-minded allies to attract investment and to integrate supply chains.
Like the United States and Israel, the two greatest terror states on the face of the planet. They are currently engaged in many wars of aggression and genocide, ongoing and apartheid. Also, they have plunged the planet into an energy, inflation, and food crisis, the likes of which we've never seen. Crises that will disproportionately harm the global south. They are straight up the biggest terrorists on the planet, not even close. Allies. The document talks about sovereignty, digital sovereignty.
And the third part of our strategy is to ensure that Canada controls its AI sovereignty.
Canada's military is deeply in bed with Palantir, a pro-Israel, pro-ICE Gestapo American tech company who are in bed with Donald Trump, the fascist pedophile. A fascist pedophile who wants to annex the country, which is the opposite of sovereignty. It feels stupid to even have to say. Canada's military is reliant on hostile AI. How is that sovereignty? Hello? Elbows up. The strategy outlines AI incorporating Canadian values.
That's AI governed by Canadian values.
And according to Mark Carney and Evan Solomon, Canadian values includes using Israeli spyware to spy on Canadians across the country. Wow! Genocidal apartheid software used against Canadians. Now that's a Canadian value. And get this, the Israelis likely have access to all the data. This is straight up an international spyware of a apartheid state used against the masses in Canada. A horrifying policy of the Canadian government.
That AI will be governed in ways that reflect our values.
And it's true, actually. The Canadian government has a long history of supporting and apartheid at home and abroad. Canadians can see how rapidly Canada is Israelifying with Carney's leadership, sometimes literally with Israeli spyware. The strategy outlines partnerships in the Middle East. He means Israel and other pro-Israel Middle East states like the United Arab Emirates. Carney just doesn't say Israel, but he views Israel as a close ally. But he's too cowardly to say that. He's a weaselly little politician who can lie through his teeth when he wants to be subservient to capital and US empire without disturbing the Canadians who are rightly horrified, enraged over Israel's genocide and apartheid. The strategy also mentions pro-worker AI. What the does that mean?
So Canadian AI adoption will be prudent, pragmatic, and pro-worker.
What the is a pro-worker AI? AI creates good jobs? Like what? What is an AI job? It's just throwing out nonsensical technocratic buzzwords that have no real meaning, like the term pro-worker AI. Oh, and here's one of my favorite parts.
We'll also create a Canadian Tech Growth Fund, a $500 million vehicle to take equity stakes in high-potential AI firms.
The Canadian government plans on giving shitloads of money away to giant tech corporations, while demanding that the working class sacrifices and has their resources stolen through austerity.
It will take some sacrifices, and it will take some time.
All in the face of the many crises that Canadians are facing, like the housing crisis, the unemployment crisis, the climate crisis, access to food crisis, affordability crisis, growth of global fascism, which is currently being appeased by our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, austerity for the masses so they can give it to AI tech companies. This strategy will obviously only immiserate the masses even more in the face of countless crises. But don't worry, the AI CEOs will be eating good. It's disgusting. The strategy outlines how the Canadian government will be a key customer to AI companies. The corporations controlling the AI who are being paid by the Canadian government will work hand in hand. We already know what the outcome of this is. It's the US tech oligarchy. Big tech and government working hand in hand, repressing the masses to crack down on speech that is critical of the government or threatening the profits of AI companies. A Faustian bargain of cyberpunk repression that we're already seeing right now. The Canadian government plans on using AI to transform public service delivery for Canadians. They're so hyped up to have the opportunity to fire more public servants and use AI to give Canadians shittier services. Doesn't that sound great? Shittier AI services that are unaccountable to a human and will inevitably hallucinate something and cause massive societal damage. This is a plan for destruction. Mark Carney serves the interests of capital first and foremost. Carney does not serve the interests of the working class Canadians. His priority is serving capital no matter where it's from, be from the US empire, led by a fascist who is in bed with the tech companies, or collaborating with the apartheid state Israel, whose AI is built on the corpses of thousands and thousands of Palestinians. Disgusting. This document reinforces how Mark Carney is completely satisfied with being a militarized petrostate subservient to the US empire. Mark Carney's subservience extends to AI, including their vassal apartheid state Israel. The Canadian military is already working with Palantir. That's why there's already Israeli spyware in use across Canada. What do you say to this? Let's end on a message of hope. Canadians across all kinds of backgrounds broadly agree against the installation of new AI data centers. This is like one of the most popular positions. And there is a lot of local organizing against the construction of these data centers. This organizing is powerful and inspiring, and has shown results.
In Hamilton, the city has just denied a data center proposal after hundreds protested at a planning tribunal.
I want to give one particular shout out to Scarlett Gillespie. She was part of the grassroots organizing and protest, who is running for mayor of Hamilton, Ontario. And I think that shows real promising leadership capabilities. So kudos. People have the power to materially change things when they organize and protest. And that's something to be hopeful about. All power to the people. Anyways, until next time, please take care, peace, and love, everyone. Free Palestine. Bye-bye.